going on for like the past year. It's been losing feathers. So I'm on this quest to find it. I did finally replace it with a very good pillow. But I buy pillows and you can't return. Seriously, you're going to use the pillow for the night and then, oh no, this pillow doesn't work. And then go buy another pillow and exchange that. No, that's just rude. That's bad manners.
I've never heard of that. Do people do that?
Probably.
People are weird.
People do all kinds of crazy weird stuff.
I bet Sheldon Cooper does that.
This is why I do not shower.
Does your son do that?
No.
Okay.
This is why I would not shower at the gym because people just do weird stuff.
I would take my own bleach with me.
Anyway, in the process of finding the pillow for the good night's sleep, I've acquired a lot of pillows. And, they always got tossed off the bed because, I had my pillow, although Zach was not very pillowy. He's very big and hard. But anyway, now after the breakup and I'm sleeping alone, I pile the pillows around me. I'm like in this pillow fort.
You're in a fort.
I am. I'm like in this pillow fort.
Like
and then
I
tuck the blanket around me. I like swaddle myself. Seriously.
You feel cuddled.
Yes, I do. I do. And then, a friend of mine, this guy friend, he sends me the boyfriend pillow. Have you seen that?
Maybe.
Yeah,
describe it for us.
Yeah, I will never need to have a boyfriend pillow. It's like a guy's arm. It's like,
I have seen that.
Yeah.
It's like a body pillow, but with an arm, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I so don't need that. It's not the real thing. So, no, I'm good.
That's funny.
So, yeah, I sleep with a gazillion pillows at the moment. I have all those little throw pillows, too, because I'm a girl.
Yes.
And they come with a nice comforter set. But it only looks like that on laundry day.
Once a week.
The rest of the time, I don't understand.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, why do people make beds? It's like clean your house before your kids move out.
The last time that the lady came to clean our house, which she does it every other week, I'm not pampered. It's not a weekly thing. It's not a daily thing. Don't think of it like that. I hate saying that because I think people judge. But anyway, the last time she came... It was 5 minutes after she made the bed, and I'm like throwing the pillows off because I'm like, I have to work. I was working from home that day, and I was like, I'm going to sit in this bed and work, and I can't with all these freaking pillows. So, yeah, we have those pillows too. They're up there once every other week. What's the longest you've gone without sleep, and why? Why aren't you talking? Have you slept today?
I would say probably working on my master's. I'm sure I've had some very long nights because I'm one of those that I wouldn't get anything done if not for the last minute. Mm-hmm.
Actually, you gotta have that pressure.
Yeah, actually, my capstone project it turned out to be over 100 page, it was a whole thing. I created this whole molecular laboratory and I had to create positions and all this stuff. I did. So
you are Sheldon Cooper.
Yeah. So I did this over a weekend, even though I had, 8 weeks to actually do it. I did it over the weekend. So I didn't sleep much that weekend. There's probably been lots of times I didn't sleep because, sex, but
that's good.
Yeah. I need my sleep. I don't need as much sleep as most people do. I'm pretty good on 5 hours of sleep.
Oh, I'm a raging
good
witch on 5 hours sleep.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Under 5 hours? No. Over 6 hours? It kind of makes me more sleepy. So I'm pretty good right in between 5 and 6 hours.
Interesting.
Yeah. I do like naps though.
I do too. I love a good afternoon nap.
This colleague I love so much. She's becoming a pretty good friend. She was complaining about something else. She goes, I love that person. People think I'm a kindergartner. I'm like, this isn't kindergarten?
We don't get nap time?
I thought I come to kindergarten. No wonder I don't get naps. Yeah, I love naps.
Working with some people, it does feel like kindergarten, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I just wish there was naps and cookies and milk and color time and stories. And
you can make it color time.
You'd think at the Children's Hospital I'd get all kinds of that.
Coloring books and crayons.
They make me work.
What's the tallest building you've been to the top in?
I honestly, I pondered this when you sent this to me, and I really, truly don't know.
Space Needle?
No.
The St. Louis Arch?
Yeah, I've been in the St. Louis Arch.
Empire State Building?
Have not been in the Empire State Building.
So we're going to go with the Arch, because it's in Missouri where I'm from. Yay!
And then I don't know how tall that building, that cash register building is downtown.
I don't know.
I did the thing like it was a raising money thing where you ran up the stairs. Mm-hmm. So I did that. It doesn't matter how tall the building is. I'm not going to look down.
Right.
I mean, that's my fear.
I don't mind. It doesn't. Your heights.
I have two major fears: heights and being rejected. Those are two big fears for me.
I will never reject you, Carrie.
Thank you.
So we learned a lot more than just these 3 things.
Because I talk.
I love that
much.
That's what makes you a good podcast co-host.
It's funny because people who don't know me, they listen to this and they think I'm so outgoing, and I'm not.
And then they see you in public and they're like, "What's wrong? You're not talking."
Well, I am. Out in public, I'm situationally an extrovert. So, like, I know my social contract with the world, and I go out and I'm charming and fun and everything, but it wears me out, And so I am much more an introvert than people imagine me to be.
I understand completely. Mm-hmm. Now it's time for Carrie's thoughts. So, this is what you posted on Facebook and you wanted to address on the podcast. So,
yes.
I feel like you brought notes.
I brought something that I did.
Okay, so I'm going to read it and then you open up with your thoughts.
Okay.
There's a big difference between actually caring about who I am versus caring about what I can be for you. I wish more people understood that. That's huge.
I think it is huge, and it's something that I'm experiencing a great deal of right now. Just being immediately single and having such a online presence, and and the fact that I can be pretty social in social settings. So it's something that I'm dealing with. And so at the heart of human connection and experiences is shared vulnerability, a willingness to expose ourselves to another and to accept when they open themselves up to us. That part does not happen as much as it should. And I don't know exactly what's happening here. I don't know if people are just, well, I do know that people are more lonely. It's strange that we're more connected than ever, but more lonely than ever.
Because it's not a real connection.
Yeah,
it's a virtual connection.
Exactly. And so right now, I can say people, and in that post I said people, but what I'm really talking about is men. I'm very fortunate. I have good girlfriends that I forge very good connections with, and we're very real with each other. And I'm fortunate in that. With men, though, it's like look at here. She's single. She's cute. She's smart. She's funny. What can she do for me?
What's her 401k look like?
Yeah.
What's her salary look like?
How can she fill my needs?
Right.
So what happens then? Yeah. So what happens then when they find out who I really am? Because, in some of these, they experience me online, or they just experience this social image of me. It's not like I go around sharing exactly who I am with everybody. What happens when they find out that my incredible sense of humor sometimes is hiding a great deal of thinking or pain or whatever. I mean, it's something that I developed.
It's a facade.
Yes, exactly. It's not necessarily a facade. I mean, I am funny, but
right,
at the same time,
put that wall up
yes,
of funny to hide the
exactly.
other.
What happens then when they find this out? What happens when they find out the things like I have an incredible fear of rejection? What happens when they find that out? What happens when they find out that I'm not this image, that I can completely tune them out when I am busy working on a project, or, that they're not the center of my universe, that I'm not there just to fill their needs. And you can feel it, and it feels ick. Like the guys who they spend all this time talking about themselves, and I don't know if they're trying to impress you or what they're doing, but it's like, ask about me.
Right.
Get to know me. It's like you just want to know where I'm fitting into your life. How can I fulfill your needs? And I think this is really, and I don't think it's just in that arena of love relationships. I think it happens too frequently. Mm-hmm. Just across the board, it happens a great deal. It's like people, they don't want to get to know a person. Instead, they want to know what that person can do for them. And it's not a very good way to get to know people, and you can't really connect that way.
And I think that happens too after a certain age, like after age 30, like you see those 20 somethings, it's all about love. But then after real life hits, I see it more often. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, he does this and he makes this, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
like, why is that what you're telling me about him?
It feels like more and more people are wanting to do some sort of, I don't know, like a business transaction, or it's all very, very shallow.
It
you
is.
know, it's, is she good eye candy or, does he drive a great car? I experience it with men. I'm sure men experience it with women.
There is.
Maybe even more so. I mean, we talk all the time about how shallow men are, but really I think when I look at my single friends, I
ain't saying she's a gold digger, but
yeah, I think more of my single girlfriends are more shallow than men are.
But do you think that's out of fear? Because women tend to not be as stable in their own lives as they should be, or they don't feel as stable. They feel like they need that man.
I think women, especially once they get to my age, I think some women, they thought, okay, this is where I thought I was going to be, but I'm not there. And I think a lot of women look for their identities in men. I think they like that image. Like I have girlfriends who will only date men who are in bands or, all these different weird things. And it's like, you know what? Create your own identity.
Right.
Figure out who you are. Because, so I can say I experience this, but really, truthfully, probably men experience it more so.
Oh, yeah. I believe
where
so.
men are just an image.
They tend to make more...
A provider.
More money. They drive the nice cars.
Who looks good. Who drives the better car. And I am always floored with that. When a girlfriend of mine will meet a new guy and talks about what he does for a living, what he drives, those things. That was one thing I loved about hearing about T-Squared's boyfriend is...
Toby?
Yeah, because... It's about how good he is to her.
Yes.
How he makes her feel. Yes, how he makes her feel, how he respects her, all these things. There's nothing shallow about it. It's all about those human connection things and that shared vulnerability that does define our human connections. And so it feels ick. And so any of those men, and I know there's men who listen to this just because I'm talking.
Really? Maybe we should sell your autograph or something.
I have some men I know on my page who will listen to it just because of that. And
I'm glad that you're listening, men that are listening, for Carrie's insight and voice.
What does she sound like in person? Because she never calls me back.
Awkward.
Was that a good blow off for those men?
If you thought it was you, yep, it was.
It was. It totally was.
Don't try and brush it off. Just keep on walking.
If you call me every day and I don't call you back, there you go. No, it probably is because you make me feel like this. You make me feel like this because there's nothing shallow about me. I think I see people a little bit differently. I see people with my heart. I like the way they make me feel.
I can tell that.
Yeah. When I'm with them, I like the way that they make me feel. And I don't like it when they make me feel like, what can you do for me?
Right.
Because then they want to change you when you don't fit into that image that they thought you were.
When you're not into the Barbie mold. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about pink. Not the color, even though it's the best color ever.
We're not going to talk about Miranda?
We will.
Okay.
Maybe, if we have time. But
or the shoes that change color?
That's a tease. We're going to get to those. But first, we got to talk about pink. Now, everyone listening, Carrie told me, as soon as I sent her the notes, she's like, OMG, this was going to be my woman crush of the week. You read my mind. And I was like, on point, Janet. High five.
It was a tie.
I tied with pink.
Yes, you tied with pink.
Schneckles.
It was a tie because this is spectacular. The way she responded to this was spectacular.
Well, tell us about the story.
Okay, so she was going to a cancer benefit.
Which... Awesome.
Right.
1 point for pink.
She was going to a camp, and she's pink. So, of course, there's paparazzi, and there's people taking pictures. And apparently she did not look thin enough in a picture in her beautiful black dress. And I think she looks stunning no matter what. I mean, she's gorgeous and fierce and a badass, and she's amazing. And, especially her body image stuff is so incredible to me because, that's a big thing for me. And people... They criticize her because, she's put on some weight.
She looked like she put on a little weight. I don't even know if she put on a little weight. I guess she does own up to the fact that she does put on weight. She has put on weight in her statement. But when I looked at the picture, I didn't even see that. I just saw it as a dress that wasn't a Kim Kardashian. You can see